went to Upgrade, I felt a little bit nervous about the feedback I was going to get, because I'd never really done any academic writing. But once I got my feedback, I felt sort of quite inspired to go on and write, and I was absolutely certain that I would bring my next pieces of work back. It was recommended to me by my tutor. After, I think in my first year, we could take a little draft copy of our essays, and then he started to say, well, actually, it's now time for you to go and use Upgrade. I find Kate is excellent because she's so direct and she gets straight to the point. She'll tell you, she'll pick out the good points in your essays, but she'll also say, well, actually, that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't understand what you're talking about. And for me, that's very useful because it means I know exactly where I've got to go. She's very good at showing you how to structure your essays, and again, to get that whole flow going through it, so you've got an argument throughout. I plan better. I'm not a brilliant planner, but I definitely plan more than I did. And I don't write my introduction until I finish my essay. And I look very carefully at how each paragraph links onto the next one. So Kate was very specific about having an opening sentence and a closing sentence that linked one paragraph to the next, whereas I didn't have that to start with. And also not being afraid to actually, once I've written my essay, think about moving a paragraph somewhere else and chopping and changing it and moving it all around until it does make sense. I probably spend a quarter of the time editing my essays once I've written them. I go back and I go through them again and again and again, and I just see where I can change my sentences and my structure, and I do, like I say, move things around. Quite often I'll move them back to where I started, but I might have jumbled something around in between, so editing is really important. Upgrade's been really good for my confidence because once you've written a piece of work and you've been slaving over it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you've got it there in front of you and you've looked at it so much, you think, actually, is this any good? And if you can't go and see your tutor, Upgrade's brilliant because they'll say, actually, yes, you've nailed it, or, well, no, you've nearly nailed it. If you swap that round and put that there, that's going to be a decent piece of work. Upgrade's been really good for my marks because they've improved. My results just kept going up and up and up as I went through my 3 years. I mean, I've always had my own. I've always been quite certain about the way I write and my style of writing. I think it's helped me build upon that, if anything. It's helped me just improve what I'm already doing. I've not thought I need to drastically change the way I'm doing this. It's been very good at helping me develop my own style. But as well, for the PGCEs, we had a tiny little thing about Upgrade. Nobody knew what it was, and I kept saying to everybody, "Go to Upgrade, go to Upgrade." I think hardly anybody's been. But I think in our introductory lecture, in that first week, one of you needs to come in and say, "Right, this is what we offer you," because I just don't think people are getting the gist of what it is. I think it should be compulsory, actually. I think you should have to take your essays to Upgrade, because I think the more people that do, the more people are going to realise how useful it is.